The world's largest firework is presented by Wayne's World Fireworks.
My name is Michael Emprick. I'm an adjudicator with Guinness World Records from New York City. I'm here in Steamboat Springs today because they're attempting to break the Guinness World Records title for largest aerial fireworks shell. So I've judged hundreds of records. I've been with Guinness World Records for about 8 years now. And this is certainly both one of the coldest and one of the most fascinating. What I'm really excited about is that it's going to be great for the community, but this is an engineering feat that I don't think I've ever really seen something like this take place before. The existing record for largest aerial fireworks shell is 2,397 pounds. That was set by Grucci in the United Arab Emirates in June of 2018. They've already weighed the shell, but what I need now is for it to deploy and successfully explode in the air. It needs to be an aerial explosion. If they do that, they might break the Guinness World Records title.
Hold on one second. Okay, this is Phil Grucci. Go ahead, Phil.
Yeah, hey, Phil.
I just wanted to wish you guys all the best of luck, safety. I know you're going to be fantastic. It's all good things for everybody. So bring home the record, bring it back to the U.S. So congratulations, and again, best of luck to all of you.
You're a great gentleman, Phil, and appreciate the call. We're matched up here. We're just about to let her into the pipe.
We'll be watching for you.
I think we're ready to go down, right?
We're ready. It'll be coming up pretty quick. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm Tim Borden. I got into the fireworks, 20 years ago and got my Colorado display operator's license, and it's expanded from there. I found who I think is a premier expert in the world with pyrotechnics in large shells, and that's Jim Woodman. Eric Krug is a good friend of his who I met through Jim, and those two are really the centerpiece for the construction of this firework.
My name is Jim Whitman. I'm involved with how the shell was designed. So yeah, it's just a group effort that's really brought us here. Each person brings a certain talent to the job, and so far it's worked out very well.
My name's Eric Krug. I am an engineer. We're in Steamboat Springs, right next to a 62-inch mortar that I designed as a part of the team for the world record.
My name is Ed MacArthur, and I'm the owner of Native Excavating. We had the pleasure of being asked if we could help figure out how to get the tube up here, how to get a hole in the ground and get the tube into the ground. It's a pretty good shot coming up this hill, and one of the big concerns was this big old tube here. If it ever got away from us, it's got a long ways to roll before it gets to the bottom. So it was an interesting task to get it up here.
It's 26 feet long, weighs 7 tons, took about 3 weeks to build it. It took almost a week to bury this.
Everything here was made in the U.S. by all U.S. people, and awful proud to be having something like this go off. It's going to be a lot of fun.
My name's Robert Brandis. I am a pyrotechnician that got invited to Steamboat to come make the 62-inch shell. I got to be the kid that got to come play.
Of course, job one is to get the shell out of the gun. That's essential. To do that requires a very thick casing. I think we calculated 26 miles of tape on it.
When you are making the casing, you need it to be strong enough that it's going to withstand any of the pressures that are within the mortar. It takes a lot of experimentation.
It's going to take a while.
I've been a part of this team since the beginning, which was about 6.5 years ago. We thought this was a great opportunity to have a place where we could build 24-inch shells. They've grown since then. So we did a few 36s, and then we said, well, let's do some 48s. About the same time, we said, maybe we should go for a world record.
The 48-inch shell that we set off last year, I believe still holds the North American record, maybe the Western Hemisphere record. But we've learned a lot from that. We learned from the 36 before it and the 24 before that. You can't start with the world record. You have to build up to it.
Guinness goes by weight.
19.4.
That's what makes the record. And the existing record is 2,397 pounds. And we expect this to come in at about 2,700 pounds.
Turns out, because of my long arms, I got to do a lot of the filling of the shell.
You only have to do 379 more. So.
Right now this is the bonus apartment. Yeah, you see. You guys ready?
I'm ready. There you go. Arms up.
It's easier to get in than to get out.
Yeah, it seems that way.
Jeez, brother. You know, I got up here and said, you know, I could fit in that hole. And then got down here and said, well, hell, hand me some comments.
He's a dedicated pilot.
Do I have my, I don't even have my glasses on. Well, the shell was very cozy. It wasn't planned to go that way, but it just seemed like the logical way to go about doing things. And it was a lot quicker than how we intended to do it with a tool.
There you go, slide that way. We got Jim finally out of the shell. There you go. We got some comments approximate out to here.
Oh, yeah.
Doing good. We're a lot farther ahead today than what we thought we'd be. We thought we'd be someplace around here. That's good, that's good, that's good, that's good. Uh-oh. Oh, Jim's gonna be so glad.
What?
Just those glasses.
Are you serious?
Give me the pinchers. It turns out that after Jim had glued a good portion of the comets in place, his glasses had either fallen off his head or out of his pocket or something. Had we not seen the glare off the lenses, they would have been blown apart fairly well. We're making Jim check his pockets now to make sure he got everything out before we close the shell up. Down she is. Sweetness.
You know, someday I look forward to coming into town and where it says, "Welcome to Steamboat," there'll be a little sign swinging underneath it, home of the largest firework. So we'll see. We have to be successful, but I have all the confidence in the world that that's what's going to happen on February 9th.
Well, now what do we do?
I'd like to reiterate that this is an attempt, and we don't know how the last half of this program is going to turn out, but there's a failure rate on fireworks, all fireworks. So that's what makes it exciting. Something will happen. That's my guarantee.
See you in February.
My name is Jason Lacey, and I'm Steamboat Springs City Council President. Winter Carnival is our midwinter celebration of everything winter.
My name is Rob Perlman. Well, we're really excited. It's our 106th Winter Carnival. It's a traditional event that really embodies the character and culture of Steamboat Springs.
Let's help them out here.
My name is Sarah Floyd. I'm the Executive Director of the Steamboat Springs Winter Sports Club. It began as a celebration because there's so much snow in our region. People couldn't get out and see each other much. And so it became a winter festival to bring people out of their homes to get together to celebrate winter and to celebrate the community.
Thank you all for coming out.
My name is Billy Kidd. It goes back to 1913 when the local ranchers started celebrating winter, bringing their fastest horses in with kids holding onto a rope with the horse at full gallop and dreaming about going to the Olympics.
Here they come. Oh, this is going to be a time to beat.
It starts out with the street events. So we actually close down Main Street. We put a bunch of snow on that, and there's events where kids go off a little jump.
Solid jump. Mr. Bullock. Solid jump.
Dads that drag their kids behind themselves and put their kids on shovels, and it's called the shovel races. And North America's only marching band on skis is a big part of the festivity. Then Saturday night, it kind of culminates with a winter extravaganza where there's fireworks, and the entire community is used to winter, and we get excited about fireworks in the middle of winter, and it's just a great festive atmosphere.
I think it's really just a tradition here of the public and private sector working together to make things like this happen. We feel it's important for us to support it because it's really what makes community in our city.
My name is Winnie Della Quadri. I'm the assistant to the city manager, and in that capacity, I get to coordinate fireworks. For as long as I can remember, we have had amazing Winter Carnival fireworks.
I'm Jim Spillane. Nancy and I have lived here for 40 years. We've been involved in fireworks every opportunity we get. People show up no matter what the weather's like. And of course, the highlight is the lighted man. You're not going to see the lighted man anywhere else.
The lighted man!
The lighted man is a skier that comes and shoots Roman candles out of his backpack.
Back in the 1920s, we had a guy who was really into fire. His name was John Banks, and he took a mechanic's suit and covered it with lights, and then made a backpack that he would shoot fireworks out of while he was skiing down Holliston Hill. We have had this every Winter Carnival since the 1920s.
We've been skiing in this community for over 100 years. Our kids have grown up in the shadow of Holliston Hill, which is the longest running ski area in the United States.
Steamboat is on the map for skiing around the world because in 1913, a Norwegian ski champion came to Steamboat, built a ski jump, and taught all the local kids how to ski. His name was Carl Howelson. All those kids taught their kids how to ski, and their kids, and that's why Steamboat has produced more Olympic skiers and snowboarders than any other town in America, probably the world.
We're now at 96 Olympic athletes that have come from a town of just under 13,000 people. That's a pretty spectacular record, but it just goes to show having big events and stars is a tradition here in Steamboat.
Marsh Gooding, 5th generation Steamboat. My brother and I organized the Old Man's Roman Candle Dance.
My name's Gates Gooding, and this is the first year that my brother and I are taking the helm. You're trying to ski fast so it looks good for the crowd, but it's pitch dark. and there's ruts on the hill. So you always are trying to just make sure that you don't face plant in front of 10,000 people.
You can't see anything, and you're carrying these heavy sticks that you have to keep pointed away from the crowd. All the locals say that Winter Carnival is their favorite holiday of the year, a time to come out and play.
People in Steamboat like to play. We love winter, and fire is just cool.
I also do the fiery hoop. We go off one of the ski jumps, and there's a flaming ring of fire. I started skiing when I was 10 or 11 months old, pretty common in a town like Steamboat.
The most remarkable thing about the night show really is that it's put on by children. Probably 600 kids, children as young as 5, skiing in the dark with flares or a light suit, doing their sport illuminated in the dark. And that's really the thing that I think makes people think, wow, when you look at 100 under 10-year-olds in formation, it's pretty impressive.
As a parent, the first time my child was handed torches and told to go jump off of a jump at night in the dark, I kind of thought, oh my God, this is insane. And then I had to put on my little kid brain and be like, I remember doing that. That is no big deal, but a lot of fun. If I did it as a kid, there is no reason why my kid shouldn't also be doing it. I didn't get hurt, he's not gonna get hurt, nobody's gotten hurt.
Well, I think all kids love fireworks, and I'm a kid. And one of the best shows is here in Steamboat at Winter Carnival.
The whole night show, you bring someone from the insurance industry in here and they just close their eyes and walk away.
Probably wouldn't be able to pull it off anywhere else, but the city always comes together and says, no way are you taking this tradition away from us. You know, if you do that, you're on the front page. So it really has been a testament to how strong our community is and how much we do believe in tradition around here that this keeps going, because it's kind of out of sync with the norms of the modern world. But I think about how we used to watch our dad ski and think about my son watching me now, and that's what makes it worth it for sure.
What do you think, ladies and gentlemen?
Everybody will be there, and there will be an attempt for the world's largest single firework.
I don't have my fingers crossed because I'm quite certain that this thing's going to happen, but I will be very relieved and very satisfied when we get our certificate from the Guinness World Records Company and having completed this project. The Guinness folks have certified the weight of the firework, and the other important thing is Guinness has certified that if it is successful, it will be a new world record.
Okay, check straps.
That shell now has been completed. As of today, being the day before we're setting it off, it's all set to go out on the truck and get delivered to the site.
I think it's kind of terrifying, honestly. I've stood next to it. It makes me feel like posing with a bomb.
And just standing there and thinking about the firepower in that thing just freaks me out. You know, I get tingly. The potential for things to go the wrong way and for there to be a big boom up there. I mean, it makes it exciting.
We're not really sure what to expect.
One small step for mankind, one giant leap for Steamboat Fireworks.
Well, the shell is completed, and as you can see behind me, it's been loaded on the truck for delivery up the mountain. So we're ready to go. A lot of decisions you have to make to get to where it is now, and I feel pretty good about all the decisions made, well, most of them.
Guinness is going to be here. They have an adjudicator coming. Everybody seems to be even more excited about this because it's an independent certification. Well, we're heading out from the shop just a very short distance of about 2.5, 3 miles to the base of Emerald Mountain. Everything we're doing from this point forward has not been done before. There's so many facets of this that are totally foreign. When you're the standard pyrotechnician, as I was for 20 years, deals with fireworks that are maximum size 12 inches. You can carry all those, typically with one arm, or in the case of a 3-inch shell, with one hand. You never really think through the logistics that are involved in getting a firework that weighs over a ton in the middle of the winter up a snow-covered mountain. Now we have over 200 inches of snow that has come down just this season. Ed MacArthur himself, he'll walk the shell about 3/4 of a mile up the hill and then be prepared at the site to lower the shell directly down to the mortar. When we did the 24, then the 36 and 48, I never had any doubt. I never even wondered about, the fact of it not working. It's just something about the Guinness Company and going for a world record that has caused me to say, wow, it's whenever you're doing something that no one else has done, but in many ways people have tried or thought about doing, you can't be sure of anything.
Did Tim just fall?
He went from the packed snow to the loose snow, backing up.
Oof. Poor guy.
I might be getting out soon. I'll get you out.
Doesn't look too good. I guess he decided to stay.
I think we're on the bottom, and now we just got to go enough to get the hook out.
You gotta go real easy when you start down with this.
I think we've thought this through. I think that gives us what we consider to be a 98+ likelihood of success.
Everything looks the way we left it, and it looks pretty good. Jim, you good?
Yep.
Good. Okay, we're synced. Shutting it down. We've just synced the controller to the modules, and we've just gone through a test. So the next test is hooking up the antenna on the other side, and then making sure we have continuity. About 3,300 feet to where we're shooting from.
My favorite is the fireworks show, the night extravaganza, because it feels like it's everything throughout Winter Carnival is building up to that big moment.
And it's a celebration of everything that we hold dear. So we're at a place that we all love, freezing your toes off, and celebrating it with fireworks.
The best fireworks show in the country, in my opinion.
The sulfur smell of lighting up triggers those nerves, gets you excited, and once you start hearing the loud booms going off, it's like this release of energy.
It's fun. When you start skiing down the hill and you hear the crowd going and you feel the recoil of the Roman candles that you're carrying, you kind of get a rush every time those things hit.
They're beautiful. They're brilliant. They go bang.
So I'm going to be up at the launch site. Being that close to this much firepower is pretty exciting. I think it's going to be quite an explosion when it goes off.
Guinness will be right there by my side as we press the button.
Amazed you made it up here.
I'm not in a lot of pain.
Okay, well, good.
I just can't lift or move my legs or stand up.
Okay, that's always an issue. Yeah. Excited to see this go off.
Me too.
Okay.
And it will go off here.
It will. Something's going down.
My wife and I will be right down in the heart of the action, right at the base of Hallison Hill, to look up and ooh and ah and watch the fireworks and the record attempt. So we're really excited.
And we are all going to be yelling and cheering. Go Tim! All right, on the way to the Guinness Book of World Records. I hope you make it.
He'll call me up when the last shell in the main display in the finale goes off and say, okay, we're ready, and that's when we'll know we can press the button.
Hey, Scott. We're ready. It'll be coming up pretty quick. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Holy shit! Yeah, buddy!
What do you think, guys? That didn't work.
So sorry.
Yeah, that happens in fireworks. It has never happened to us. We're not going to give up. So we'll be back again. But you know, I got 3 brothers working with me on the team, and I don't think anybody's planning to give up on this thing.
That's what I like to hear.
The situation would be different if we knew we made some sort of mistake or something. It wasn't our night.
Well, we're at ground zero, where the shell went off. It went off in the mortar. In a nutshell, it was overlifted and I think underpasted, which means there wasn't enough paper around the whole shell. And the lift charge, which propels it into the air, was probably a little too aggressive, too much of it.
If you're a skier, if you come back and you say, I've never fallen, well, then you've never really tried anything, you know? So to me, we fell last night, but we're going to get up and ski down the rest of the hill. That's the way Steamboat is too. You know, you don't give up, you know, over a setback, and that's what I consider this to be. It's not a failure, it's a setback. You know, I failed the town in you know, intending to have a world record here for the town, but I haven't failed in the long run yet.
Well, it's certainly disappointing, but it's really what makes fireworks so exciting is that, well, frankly, you have the potential for this sort of failure. We'll have to do something to wipe this taste out of our mouths, and that will be to try again.
We're not done by any means.
Jim Whitman, Steamboat Springs, Colorado, 2020. This is our second chance at it. The weight is 2797 pounds. Diameter is 57 inches. It's the fruits of our labor over the last year.
Hi. A year later, it's always hard to have to come back and do it again, but time heals all, and here we are, ready to go for it.
You know, my feelings, very candidly, were that it was the worst day of my life. I mean, as you may remember, that I not only was unsuccessful with the firework, which was the biggest disappointment, but I suffered an injury to my legs, and on top of all that, I lost my wallet. So I figured this year, you know, if I can just keep my wallet, I'm better off than I was last year.
We expected to have a world record-breaking firework, but it flower potted. And it also made us realize that, oh, there's this possibility that it might not work.
Gary Suter, I'm the city manager for the city of Steamboat Springs. It was a huge explosion, and my heart sank after that. But I thought, well, with a little bit of luck, Tim will try it again, and I was hoping that wasn't it, that we would continue to try and break the world's record.
What's tricky about doing something like this is you don't know where that edge is between success and failure. Last year, we may have failed by just a little bit, just a tiny little margin of error that we were on the wrong side of. So with the changes that we've made, we feel that we should be comfortably on the side of working properly. The existing record is held by Fireworks by Grucci. The weight of that shell was 2397 pounds. This shell that we're trying to break the record with is 2797.
It is, frankly, a coincidence that it's exactly 400 pounds heavier than the current world record.
I have really high expectations and hopes for this shell. I'm excited to see the thing go up and blow up.
This year, it's been much more snow than we've ever had in the past. We had to get a snow plow unstuck. We had to get a skid steer unstuck. We almost got a tractor stuck. We don't want to shoot it and nobody can see it. It's going to be a little warmer tomorrow. Hopefully we get some sunshine. Makes it easier for us to load the shell, and hopefully we have clear skies tomorrow night.
I'm the adjudicator. Nice to meet you, Christina.
My name is Christina Conlon, and I'm an official adjudicator with Guinness World Records. I can't wait. Previously, I was able to adjudicate largest fireworks display in Manila in the Philippines. And to be able to adjudicate another firework record, I can tell you that a Guinness World Records firework-related attempt is something a person never forgets. If something is done wrong, you could explode yourself. I think adds, a lot more excitement with that element of danger.
That is true.
Michael did warn me about the cold. I think that I've come a little bit better prepared than he did, or hopefully.
Michael was sensational. He was a champion. He didn't accept bribes. He, no, we'll miss him, but an extra adjudicator may be just as good.
This team was not going to be defeated. They're here to try it again. And with all of the kinks ironed out, we expect to see something truly incredible tomorrow night.
Tim's got a ways to go to get recovered. He's not going to be here today because he just had some stuff done on his shoulder. I think he's had one of the longest years of his life.
Torn quads, too, in both legs last year. So his rehabilitation has been difficult for him. I'd like to think that our attempt here is part of his rehabilitation. So we're all trying to get healthy with this whole process, and it's going to be getting this thing up in the air, but I'm sure that's going to help him recover physically. The stars are designed to burn from one end. They should have a duration of something in the neighborhood of 15 seconds, and then it turns to red.
So there's 325.
The weather's better. I don't know if I'm doing any better, but the weather's better than the shells here.
You look at that shell and see what's about to go down in the hole. There's a lot of tingling going on when you're trying to get that shell in there. When that's done, it's set. I think there'll be a great celebration if it happens this year. When it happens this year. It's not an if, it's going to happen this year. I think everybody's done everything that needs to be done, and I think the thing's ready to go.
We hope that the changes that we've made will make it a successful shell this time. If it doesn't work, we're not quitters. We'll lick our wounds again and have another 366 days of sleepless nights and trying to figure out what's the best way to proceed. And I don't think anyone in this team wants to quit. We want to do what it's going to take to get this to be a success.
If it doesn't work, life goes on. In the worst case scenario, if our mortar is totally destroyed by a failure, that is quite a hurdle to get back over. And whether the city would be enthusiastic about our trying again, with that kind of a result would have an impact on it.
So if for some reason the shell didn't function properly this year, I don't really know. I don't know whether Tim is going to have the appetite to fund this project again. I don't know whether Jim has got it in him to go down that path again. It wore on him pretty heavy. So I have to say, I do think he's happy to be here, to be able to say, okay, we're gonna get this done and it's gonna be okay. But who knows?
If it fails, you gotta man up and own it. But it would be a huge setback, and we'd have to reevaluate our position from there. There's a lot of money that goes into this, a lot of time. And there's a lot of questions about last year that I field from various people, including this camera. And I would hate to have to go through answering those again for another year.
Woo! That's beautiful. Custom made.
We all expect this thing to happen, and there's a lot more pressure this year. So from now until that launch time, I'm going to be very anxious about it.
Tim, he's been a champion, and he actually came up to watch this go off, and I'm sure he will be well enough to come up here and press the button.
This is 100% a day I will never forget, and I will certainly never look at another fireworks show the same way again. All of the things that they're taking into account and calculating in the moment that other people would have no idea how to. Seeing how they communicated with the excavator so that it was lowered so slowly and carefully, needing to attach all of the charge wires while that enormous shell full of all of that powder was hanging suspended in the air in kind of a precarious situation. And we're all alive, no one has blown up. So I am grateful for their expertise, and I really have my fingers crossed for tonight.
It's then still another tricky part, which is to lower it without swinging it and hitting the sides of the mortar. So we got the best guys around here for this, but it'll take a lot of help to get that thing down there.
The boom out wants to go in that direction. Yeah. Tell me if it's rubbing just a little bit, yeah.
As long as that cable doesn't break and it goes flying down to the bottom, I think we're in pretty good shape.
We still have a job to do. We still have to push the button and see how it does, but I'm pretty excited now.
There's no question I'm a little bit concerned about what's coming in and the weather report. The snow isn't on its own a big deal. If the clouds get down to where you can't see the top of the mountain from the bottom, that's a problem, but I'm still optimistic. I always am.
Let's give it another shot.
I'll have a lot of relief when this firework goes up successfully, but what I will know is that we've given it our best effort, whatever happens. It'd be quite a personal reward to be sharing in a world record.
You know, it's coming and going, so if we could hit a slot when that,
Yeah.
in between a couple of these.
Yeah, Phil Grucci, okay. On behalf of the entire Grucci Fireworks family, we wish you all the luck and successful outcome as a result of the enormous effort in measuring, estimating, mixing, pressing, loading, pasting, modeling, funding, estimating, puckering, and then finally pushing the button. We issue a world record, yeah.
That was a pretty funny note,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Paste, paste, paste.
Yeah.
Tinker,
paste.
fund.
Yeah, he knows all about it, just like Jim does.
Yeah, and just like you do. So, well, Jim just got here.
Great night for fireworks.
Arm the modules. I'll have Robert on the phone, verify communications. We haul back here, and then we wait for them to get the call.
That's right. One thing that I have not experienced is getting to be as close to it as I'm going to get to be, and whether or not it launches into the sky, it will explode, and I know that that feeling is going to be a physical experience that will probably be very moving.
We have 4 igniters going into the shell itself. So that gives us 4 shots and pray for the best.
Where's the button? It's right here.
So you press arm.
Are you guys ready?
Yep.
No, I'm not.
Arm?
I'm not ready. I'm not ready.
Hold on, guys.
I'm not ready.
Let's go.
Okay. Channel 1. Here, channel 1 down here.
Okay.
There.
You ready?
So we're ready.
3, 2, 1, go. Oh, wait a second, what's going on?
That's the shell up there.
Hey, how about that, guys? Eric and Jim, you guys did it. How about that? Ah, man, that takes the weight off my back, I gotta tell you.
That looked nice.
Oh, man, that was
Where's
beautiful.
Jim?
Where is Jim?
Jim!
Oh, man. Okay, what do you think, Christina? Oh. Hey, Jim.
Oh my God, Jim.
Oh, man, I don't know what to tell you. That was amazing. What a beautiful shell. Just like you said, white to red. I can see your heart's going a million miles an hour.
Did you see how slow it was going?
Yeah, because of you, we did it, huh?
Wow. Thank you for your love for your town.
Oh, man, I got to tell you, that is
That's
the
just
greatest
incredible.
relief.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Absolutely incredible, sir.
Steamboat
The entire sky was pink. And you could hear all over town people cheering.
All the oohs and ahs and whoops and hollers, it just absolutely lit up the entire town.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am honored to have been invited to breathtaking Steamboat Springs, Colorado during the 2020 Winter Carnival to verify if James Widman, Eric Krug, Ed MacArthur, and Tim Borden have broken the Guinness World Records title for largest aerial firework shell. Verified final weight of 2,796.998 pounds. You have destroyed the Guinness World Records title for largest aerial fireworks shell. Congratulations! Can I now have the official certificate, please? Congratulations, gentlemen. You are officially amazing.
Congratulations.
Today is Sunday, the day after our shot. I'm feeling a lot better than I was 365 days ago.
So finally, I've been here 46 years, and I did something that got in the newspaper, and it wasn't the obituary.
I'm coming to you from my home in Steamboat Springs with a big smile on my face because today is the day after setting a world record. A little bit of time for celebration, and now we're just reflecting on all that went into this whole thing and been really happy about it.
A world record. It's huge.
Officially amazing.
And the firework went off.
It did.
All the weight of this thing and the trauma of thinking through another failure, was all gone. We just couldn't have been happier, and we're really a good team. Couldn't have happened without each of the four of us participating, along with our help from Steamboat Springs City. It does take a pretty unique circumstance, and I think I live in a pretty unique town.
Hold my head high.
Yeah. A world record holder.
Yeah.
Yeah, try and smile. You got your eyes like funny.
Getting a certificate from Guinness as a world record, World's a big place. And so yeah, it's pretty significant. It's a major achievement, let's be honest.
All USA. It's been a big project, a big effort to get here. And with the failure last year, I'm gonna get teary, but it went. But literally, as soon as the shell broke and the last spark went out, we were in a blizzard. It was incredible. I mean, we were uber lucky, that's for sure. Pyro gods were with us.
I'm getting to be an older guy here, so I've got a lot of things that are affecting me, but I work through everything. It certainly picked me up a lot last night. It was a long day for me up there on the mountain, but when that firework went off, I forgot everything, and I felt great. Fireworks will always be a part of my life. I mean, it's a great hobby. All of us are committed to this hobby in one form or another, which isn't to say we're going to continue with records, but we'll stay involved in some way and try to support this town with fireworks.
I don't have any illusions of it being forever, but I don't care, because we have it.
That's right.
Yeah. And for our town, we've got it. It's a special thing that I really feel lucky I ran into you.
Wow, likewise.
Yeah.
What ends well is what is well, and I'm so happy about this thing. I really, it'll be something I'll never forget.
Yes, sir. So that would be just to line up.
I'm just saying,
There it
is.
That is fun. Jim Sharpie. This is very embarrassing. So
if that strap was
It's much better. Nailed it.
how's that? Much better?
I think that's better.